Sorry. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie with Christmas on Crestland. Here with me is AJ. What's up, AJ?
Ah, happy Christmas.
Yes, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have the official watch party for the Great Christmas Light Fight season's finale, episodes 5 and 6. And AJ, I'm biased in these two episodes. I'm telling you right now, I got. I'm going. I'm pro mock and I'm pro Slankard. So,
Okay, all right, all right.
so that.
Is there a
So,
reason why? Is there a particular reason?
Yes. So Patrick will be on the show here on Monday. So I got to support the guy that's coming on the show. And then the Slankards have been part of my Christmas on Crestline family for years. They've been in all my contests. I've been talking to them for 4 or 5 years. So I got to support the people who have come with me through the journey.
We've been talking to the Slankards for a long time too.
So we got Rob tuned in. Rob saying, "Let's go."
Let's
Gene Byers, what's
go.
up? Show me the lights. Whiskey Coders, time for some fun. Jordan, let's go mock family. Yes, Jordan. So, Jordan, I excluded you inadvertently out of the link for Monday's, I'm sorry, for this weekend's live with where Brian Michael will be there with JR Matos. And AJ, let me tell you, today JR sent me the video of the trophy he's created for our new contest this year, and it's going to be legit the second best trophy next to the Great Christmas Light Fight. I'm excited.
Ooh, okay, then some fighting words.
The wheelwrights tuning in. What's up? Lot 'em up.
Hey,
Indeed.
Ryan.
So we have a unique opportunity tonight with you, AJ. You cast what, all of these families, or most of these families, or what?
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't me, it was part of the team. We have, a fairly big team. Obviously, Kristen Moss is the casting director, myself, a casting producer, and we have Jamie and Alicia. We have some new team members, Mariah, Kiari. So we've got a really, really good team, solid team that reach out to all of these people. And we work very hard in finding a lot of different families with different stories and different kinds of displays.
I jumped the gun there. I thought the show had come on, but that was just a commercial for the show. The news is still going on. So very cool. So how many of these families have you actually spoken to on the phone?
Oh, well, if not me personally, we all speak to all of them on the phone.
All okay.
We actually have long-term relationships with these families. Like, for
Oh
instance, the
yeah.
Slankards really are one of our long-time families. And when it comes on, I'll kind of like go through one of the reasons why they couldn't what they wouldn't make the show, and then what they did to actually get them over the line and onto the show. And some families, we see them get engaged, we see them get married, we see them have babies, and we kind of stay with them, and we call every Christmas. And I text someone the other day. Sometimes I text people, and I text one lady and I said, if I'm bothering you, just let me know. And she goes, oh no, I look forward to you bothering me every year. I'm like, oh, good. Speak to you
Very
next year.
nice. Jordan's busy, so no worries. Okay. See, Arlene says, "Hey, Charlie and everyone in the chat, love all the awesome lights this time of year. Just so blissful, it is." Hello, R's tuning in. What's up? Yes, Brian's with me. Go mock and go Slankards. So
Wow,
there.
lots of popular people.
Yes, we'll see how they do today. So for the folks who are watching, before we get too in depth, can you give us the website where they go to submit themselves or their favorite shows for casting?
Yeah, so if you go to lightfightcasting.com, and there you can fill out your details, but you can also, if you know a great display, you can also refer them and put their little info in there, because we do actually get a lot of referrals. In fact, one family tonight is a referral from I can't say who it is because they're a potential light fighter, and they were like,
Okay.
oh, you really should check out, I saw them at someone's display, and I was like, oh, where are you? Who's that? Can I have their information? And then he's like, as long as they don't get on the show before me. And unfortunately, they did get on the show before him. But
So yeah, I was recently talking to somebody else. I won't name any names, but they're in the chat tonight, who was up for another show and said, "Hey, by the way, here's some other families." Those other families got on and he didn't. So I'm like, that's got to be the worst.
Oh, I know that other show.
Yeah. No names. No names. No
That's
names.
right. They don't have a $50,000 prize and a 1 in 3 chance.
Oh no, they don't, and they don't have the. I'm going to say the cult following You guys are a mainstay. The Great Christmas Light Fight is part of everyone's family each and every year. It's just awesome. It
Thanks.
just is. I remember that when the show first came out, and I was doing an extreme light show. I'm like, oh, I did not know there was a whole genre of other people that got into this like I do. So it was kind
Oh
of a
yeah.
kind of
You
full
Christmas
circle moment.
people are crazy. You're crazy in the best way, though.
So I went out to my cousin's drive-through display about 45 minutes from my house last night, and it's pretty neat. Oh, here comes the show, so I'll put it on here. As it looks like they're going to do some previews here. Let me take down the banner right quick. Boom. So the whoever put together your promo reels this year was awesome. They did a great job.
Oh yeah. We don't know who it is. It's a whole other department, but they do an incredible job. Oh look, it looks so good. I love it. Look at the creativity. Hey,
Yeah.
that's Carter's little art.
Let me add some color here. There we go. So very neat. So we got some pixel shows in here. We got that's unique. Oh, I love it when they promo and I see something neat. Okay,
It's a
some
bit of a
dinosaurs.
tease, isn't
Oh,
it? Yeah.
there's some freaking neat stuff here.
I love that
Very
little
cool.
elf.
Yeah. Some good artwork. What state? Oh, California. Okay. Going to the Wright family. What can
Right
you tell us about the
family.
Wright family?
Okay, so the Wright family. Okay, well now I know which episode is which episode. Um, okay, so this was actually one of Alicia's finds.
Okay.
They had spectacular social media. This is how they were found. They just had a landing page, a Facebook page, Instagram, like everything was just on point. And so it just made them very, very easy to be found. And
Nice.
I'm watching this as you're watching. I haven't seen this episode, so I don't
That's so
know.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know the outcomes. I don't know what we're seeing as we see it.
Nice.
We do love those pixel pushing shots, don't we?
So is it a husband and wife crew or is it a whole family?
Now this is not my family, so I don't
Okay.
know a lot about this family. So we kind of learn about that as we go along. This was Alicia's family, so I don't know a great deal about them.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love it.
Look,
Lots of handmade stuff though. It's really funny. One of the
yeah.
questions we always ask is like, how many pixels did you push? And who does it?
Mhm.
Who does the job?
Right.
The division of labor, like when we're interviewing, who does what?
That's a good point. I always forget to ask the producers when you guys are on about the specific questions you ask. I always just kind of focus on the casting portion of the application portion. But I need to start expanding my questions to you, AJ.
Now, as you can see, we've got crowds coming again, which is great.
Yes.
Getting bigger and bigger crowds.
And one of the favorite parts here is checking out their outfits, checking out the family's outfits and the guests' outfits.
Well, and when
Oh,
you come and do your interview, we do ask you to dress up. And if you
yeah,
don't, honestly, it's like that Christmas spirit thing. If you don't take that one
yeah,
opportunity to give it your best shot, then you've got a bunch of other families
yeah.
who are giving it their best shot.
Yeah, and like I always remind folks, this is a TV show, so it does have to play towards that audience. And really, you want fun people on here who enjoy the hobby and enjoy one another. And again, I've said it a million times. I've talked to a lot of past contestants, and not a single one of them has a bad thing to say about their experience. Every one of them has just fallen in love with you and everybody else.
Well, here's a good point. So obviously in normal real life, you don't have something to open up your display. So when you
Yeah,
come to finally have your interview, I always encourage people to come up with an idea that they've already thought of, right? Like think of a
okay,
way, an interesting way that you're going to light up your display. Now, obviously, you don't have to be a creative genius and an engineering specialist because it's television. It's the magic of
yeah,
television. If you want something to light up and then it coincides with your TV, your whole display lighting up. That's the magic of television. But just think of like something fun and visual, to like the big candy cane there with the little, I don't know what those lights are called, but the little fiber optic lights.
oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. See, Aaron Leach is tuning in. Oh, where'd Brian go? There's Aaron Leach tuning in. What's up, Aaron? Aaron does a display. He's the one that does a display geared towards first responders.
Oh yeah, look
Let's
at
see
that.
here.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah,
he's got
a
a
lot of
nice,
Disney, a lot of Disney in there.
which is nice for ABC, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, they
yeah,
definitely love that.
what I automatically like about this display is it's a pixel display, but I've not seen a pixel display like this. They're not just outlined in the facade, the soffits, and the fascias. They have a whole setup here.
Well, and what you can also see is they filled their driveway. Now, obviously, in normal days, you can't have your driveway filled, but when the show's coming,
Yes.
there is some. I always suggest people come up with some quick and easy install that can be brought out, put down, stuck up against the walls, a few items, and they have filled their driveway as well. And that makes a huge difference, especially when you're submitting footage. And, on a kind of, this isn't a small house, but it's not a giant property. And
Right.
so, you want to fill every little bit of space. And a driveway is sometimes a quarter, if not a third, of your front
Yeah.
view. So
And that
filling that driveway can make all the difference.
and that's a great point. Obviously, you have to get in and out of your driveway on a normal day, but when the show's coming, plan for that driveway to be filled, and maybe take a day or two where you don't use your driveway because you got a TV show at your front house, at your
Yeah,
front
and the
door.
street's shut down for the day anyway, so it's not like you're going to be
Oh,
driving
okay.
anywhere. So, look at all this beautiful handmade,
Oh,
hand painted stuff.
yeah, I noticed that in the promo reel when he didn't have normal coral that he was pushing through. Some of that looked like it was in fact handmade background.
Well, they paint all of these. So this was one of the things that they did. So it's not just getting Coro and pre-cut, prefabricated. It's all painted different colors, and that's really quite rare. A lot of people just do just leave it as it is and just leave it the
Yeah.
white or the clear or the black. But they've painted all of these, which I think really just
Mhm.
brings them to life.
That's what I
The
noticed about.
pond, look at the pond.
Yes.
Love it. I love it. Look at that
Yeah,
use of
that
space. It's great.
yeah, that's like a little electricity going. So we've seen a lot of ponds in this season, and many of them are using simple dripping tubes. This one is unique though.
Yeah, I
That
don't
is
know
a
what that is.
standout.
This is where Carter loves to get into the weeds about the technical stuff. It's kind of interesting. He's very technical, and Tanya's very kind of artsy and creative. And Carter will get behind things and see how things are wired. I bet you he's asking how they've done that right there.
So for those of you who are thinking about getting on the show, take notes about which judge likes what. Just a thought.
Well, unfortunately you don't get to pick your judge, so
Oh, at all. Yeah, at all.
you
At
have a little
all.
bit of both in it, and then you're covered.
Yeah, agreed. And the one thing I've noticed here is they don't have any dark spaces on their house. I haven't paid too much attention to the roof yet, but they don't have a whole lot of dark spaces.
Yeah, I mean they have come to play.
Yes.
They're in it for the win and really kind of filled their spaces. Look, the roof, the lining, all of that up the top of the house. A lot of
Hmm.
people think, oh, I've covered my house, I've just put a few lines, but this is what you call covering the front of your house. Oh, see,
Yes.
look, Carter getting into the technical, into the weeds.
Yeah, you got that PVC joints going on.
Yeah, it's the
And I
builder it is.
I like this color palette too. It kind of, oh, he's got a snow machine. Okay, let's go.
Oh yeah, look, snow machines, bubble machines. We coming up. We've got people who have scented chimneys, and
Okay.
there's no end.
I saw
Fire.
that I saw that at the expo where they had different bubble machines that carried different scents and carried
Yeah,
fog inside the bubbles.
yeah, I love that. I love the little
Oh,
animatronics. It's so cute. Look at that. Oh, it's interesting. The light. I'm interested to see how they did that with the scarf there.
oh yeah, good call. I'm always amazed by the ones that can constantly turn, but the wires never get caught up.
Yeah,
That's some DIY there. Okay.
yeah. Look, there's Carter getting like he can't help himself. If there's anything that's kind of made with like windscreen wipers and washing machine bits, and he loves it. And that's one of the great things about the change in format coming up. 3 families per episode instead of 4,
Mhm.
so you'll have a lot more time to talk about the things that make your display unique. Oh, the castle, gotta love a castle.
Yes.
Everyone knows the way to my heart is a castle or a pirate ship,
So
which I
for
know
me,
is a
it's
popular
Castles and Gate.
opinion. I know how popular pirate ships are.
Yes, I remember. I remember a podcast J.R. Matos did where it was like, "Come on, it's a pirate ship. It's Christmas. Pirate ships are Halloween."
Absolutely. It's just the one thing you think of.
Olivia is asking, "Does Carter have a display at his own home? Is he a Christmas nut like the rest of us?"
I think he's too busy running around the country looking at other people's
Okay.
Christmas displays, judging them to build one. There we go. Oh, love it. They're so cute.
Yeah, Aaron Dren behind it. He just got home in time to start his own light show and watch us.
Nice.
And for folks that caught what AJ said a minute ago but did not watch her interview with me a couple of days ago, she announced live on our show that the format's changing. Next year, they're moving from 4 families per episode to 3 and keeping it within the 60-minute time frame.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes. I mean, plus ads, so probably 16 minutes, 15 minutes of talk time. So it's a lot of time to fill. So you'll want to have a lot of things to talk about.
Right. So, yeah, tonight I'm going to remember to take notes. Last time I forgot to, first time I forgot to take notes. I'm like, then we got to so this week it's Brian's coming back on again, and then Jordan, but Jordan sounds like he might be busy. And then J.R. Matos will be coming on to break it down. And I need to reach out to Brendan and Tiffany Brown to see if they are healthy enough to come on, because I know Brendan just had surgery. But we're going to recap what you and I are talking about tonight, this Saturday. And then Monday, Patrick Mock will be on to talk about what happens in tonight's episode, the one we are actively watching right now.
Nice. Who have we got coming up? I'll tell you who we've got coming up. I don't know. Oh, he might be in this first episode. Is he in this first episode?
Yes. Brian's in this episode, and then the Slankard in the next one.
So it's him, Artz, and MacGregor.
Okay.
MacGregor.
And Brian's saying that was a nice display that is more traditional light show, despite the use of pixels. Yeah, I thought so too. It was a pixel-heavy show, but it's not your normal just outlining and just throw up a bunch of lights, call it good. It was nicely done.
Yeah, I think it's different. It's like a real combination of kind of static, traditional, handmade, and the pixels. It's good. I like it when people kind of do, break the mold. It's like we love hybrids. Hybrids are great because we get to please both sides of the community. Because often we hear that there's not enough light shows, and then they're also like, why don't you have all the light shows compete on one show? And it's like, well, people, it's hard. I know for in the insular community, you understand that, but for people at home, they look at them and think, oh, these are all the same, right? Oh, we know they're not, but the people at home would, we need to kind of show them all different things.
Yeah, I saw someone kind of a similar comment to that in the Light Fight Facebook page today. They said, "Hey, I want you to separate all the light shows in the cold climate and in the warm climate. Separate them according to climate." I'm like, that's very specific. Okay.
Why? Is it harder to light a light show in the cold?
Yeah, she said something about how, or I assume I forget the girl's name, but it was a woman's name. Said, people who are having a warmer climate, they have more time to put stuff up. My God.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. And also, I mean, here in California, we have the luxury of not having storms and or too many, and certainly not the level that we've seen on the East Coast, but then also snow. I can't imagine what it's like having to dig out your display every day.
See, I love hanging lights in the snow and in the ice. It's fun for me. That's fun. I love that stuff. Steve's tuning in, saying beautiful display. And AJ, you're awesome. Love what you do. Devin's tuning in and says, hey. Michelle's tuning in and says, Todd and Michelle's Winter Wonderland here. Well, thanks for tuning in, Michelle.
Oh, hey,
Michelle. So you made a comment earlier about this last display about their use of colors and how they paint everything. I've noticed on my own display years past, I just had unpainted things up. I'm like, it looks cool at night, but during the day it looks boring. So I painted everything to make it nice, attractive to the eye during the daylight.
And I think that was their point. I think they were, that was their kind of wanting it to look pretty during the day as well, so that, people could enjoy it all times of the day.
Yeah, agreed. And then Monty's tuning in. He's got back from Monty's still shopping for blow molds. We got some blow molds tonight.
Oh yeah, I've heard they're all on special. They're kind of making a comeback, aren't they? They're certainly making a comeback with
Yeah.
contestant applications. I'm definitely seeing an uptick in younger collectors.
Oh, it's the Mock family. Let's
Hey,
go.
here's your friend.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, these folks will be on the show this coming Monday. All right.
Okay.
So let's see what Mock. I have never seen his display. I'm completely ignorant to his display. I'm excited to see it for the first time.
Well, now this is a classic example of a family growing with us. So when
Okay.
we met them, they were just getting engaged. Like when he submitted his application, he was proposing. And then the next year there was footage of the wedding with the display. And,
Yeah.
and now they're living this wonderful, beautiful life. And it's like, we do grow with these families.
I've made that spray foam cake that he's making. That is fun to make, but very sticky. I've made one of those. We made a 15-foot tall one once.
Now, I haven't
Very
seen this, but we
cool.
were really interested because they never used to. I'm really interested to see if they do the house because they, for years and years, submitted footage and they never did the house.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So I'm super interested to see. And then also, fun fact, they had an interior. So I'll be interested to see if they filmed the interior as well.
Okay.
I
Oh, I
love
like
that
the use of the
place.
Texas logo on there. That's clever.
Well, so this is one of the things that they developed. They had this whole thing where they had a couple of cities, and we were like, well, why don't you make it all about your state? And so then they kind of expanded and represented, all the different places that were kind of dear to their heart, which made it was just, that's kind of what we talk about with themes and having something that you can kind of focus on and talk about.
Yeah.
And every state, has something that you can talk about. So that is something that you can actually make really unique.
Yeah, so and I love so on their Facebook page they're talking about how apparently at their wedding a random Santa Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus crashed the wedding and they've been hunting for that Santa Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus since they got married and they finally were able to find them this year reunite.
Oh, they did
Kind of
find
neat.
them? I saw
Yeah.
the news story, so I wasn't sure whether they'd actually found them.
Yeah, they did. And I love the red, white, and blue. It's Christmas time, but those are the state colors. They're diving into this. I'm curious to see what their turn on switch is going to be. Oh, they're going to
It's a
lasso it. That's
lasso.
awesome.
What do you call it? A lasso? Here we
Lasso,
call it
yeah.
lasso.
Okay. I think the kids at least rodeo. I assume he does as well.
See, we love a good theme. Look at it all the way through. Love it.
Yeah. It's like he's at Texas Roadhouse.
This is one of the things that the show really will work with you, like all of this part. Like this is very much production, what we call pre-production. That, once you're on the show, they start producing this. What does it look like? What's your theme? What goes with it? What's the judge going to do? And so this part is very much a collaboration between our contestants and our production crew.
And I love they're not making it easy for him. It's not just a random switch he's got to pin. He's got to work for it. There he goes.
Hey!
Good job. Good job.
And actually, Christina Mayorga is our pre-production absolute gem, and she's one of the first people that you'll be dealing with. And she's worked all aspects of the show. She started as a casting associate and a PA, and she's just done every single job. And she's just, we couldn't do it without her. She's incredible. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this. Yeah. Now this, I talk about big displays and having to fill them, right? How do you fill the space? And this is how you fill the space. When you look at that shot, there's no dark spots.
Yes.
Despite the absolute size of this, they're using arches, they're using ground lights, they're creating themes. There's the grass, there's the lake, tunnels. Tunnels are a great use of space over driveways, especially long driveways. And they're, pretty easy to kind of make, and you can kind of use recycled materials so it doesn't cost you much. You can use, people can donate lights and you can re-up them. And the other thing along here is the thing I want people to look at are the lines, right? There's very clear lines. Look at that. you can see all of the spaces lined out. It's neat. It's tidy. A lot of people will just throw things on the ground and think, oh, well, yeah, I've covered it. But it's like that attention to detail that kind of gets you onto the show, you know? And this, like, that stuff's store-bought, but look what they've done. They've made little scenes, right? And they've put the
Yes.
little hats, and then they've got the city limits. And so these are creative ways that you can use store-bought items, but still tell a story with it. No,
So I have some horrible news. Brian's saying that the Mocs can't watch the show because it's blocked in Texas right now for the Dallas Mavericks games. Apparently,
What?
the Mavericks game is still playing, so they can't watch their own debut episode.
Oh no!
That's
Can't
horrible.
they should be able to stream it on something else.
Yes. Oh, yes. Great call. They should be able to stream. Like that's what we're doing right now. Yes. Okay. So it's probably just blocked on regular network. Thank God for streaming. So they looks like they have a pond there. How when a pond comes into play, is there anything special that needs to be done on your end?
On a pond?
Yeah, it looks like they might have a pond. I saw a reflection from water there.
Yeah, so we've had ponds and rivers and lakes, and there's nothing kind of special technically, but there's some opportunities. We've had pools. Yeah, there is an opportunity to kind of play with that. You can. We've had people put things out on the lake and the pond. Going around the pond, spotlights on the pond. You could do projection on the pond. So you can make it a part of it. You could put water animals around a pond. So if we have bodies of water, we do try to kind of work them into the display some way. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's just kind of this body of water that's just sitting there.
Yeah, otherwise it's a dark space. It needs lights, dang it.
It's a spot. It's a dark spot, and we don't want dark spots.
So, yeah, a lot of clean lines in that. It looks like they had a different city in each sectioned off, I'm assuming with a different theme.
And it looks like they didn't do the house and they didn't go inside. So that's interesting because that's very rare. Very rare. Good
call. So what is going to be their now? What's going to be their what's next moment? What's going to be their wait and more? There's more moment. What do you think they're going to have?
In this one, we don't have that. Right, it's the new ones that we filmed this year that have the but wait, there's more elements because we have a longer segment. Okay. We do occasionally have but wait, there's mores, right? Like
yes,
we do. But well, I mean, hey, I'm watching it, so I don't know. I'm watching this for the first time too, so I don't know what happens next. So this season that's on air, we don't have that generally as a rule. But certainly moving forward, we definitely have that because it'll go over 3 ad breaks.
Oh, okay. Good call. 3. Okay.
So there has to be those beats in the story of like, what's going to happen next? What can we tease for them to stay through the episode? So it certainly raises the stakes for people. There's no denying.
Does anybody ever start watching the Great Christmas Light Fight and not finish it? You got to watch the whole dang thing. That's just silly. That's a waste of your time if you start the episode and you don't finish it.
That's true. That's a good point.
Let's see, how many lights do they have? Because it's mostly lights. I don't know, Rob.
Yeah.
We haven't muted on our end. So if they said, I don't know. Awesome display. I see a trend of people doing swirling lights on the ground versus straight lines.
Yeah.
So I did notice from his drone footage, it looked kind of like an ant track or something. Yeah. Kind of neat.
Yeah, I like it because it kind of can fill a lot more space than doing straight lines. It just tends to kind of fill it a lot easier because they have a lot of space to fill. Like they were very, they had to grow over the years as they kind of filled that space and there's 2 options, right? When you have that bigger space, I mentioned this the other day, you can either bring it in and make it smaller but more compact, or you can just grow and we wait for you to grow. And, we waited for them to grow. Slankard's similar thing. We waited for them to grow. And there was one thing that the Slankards did that we had been telling them for years to do. And I'm not going to tell you till their bit comes up. But there was one, and we tell people, and we tell them, and we tell them, and we tell them. And then they finally do it, and then they get on the show. And we're like, we told you. This could have been done. But, you know, the thing is, they say, no, but I'll do it if the show comes. But we can't trust that. We don't know. You know, a couple of times ABC have kind of been burnt by that. So we just, you know, it's a multi-million-dollar show. So you can't take that risk and be like, oh, no, we promise. We promise it's going to look good.
Yeah. Once you get here, look fantastic.
Hey,
oh, they did a Carter.
Wait, there's more.
Look at that. What?
I love it.
Smart.
That's great. Oh, look, Carter.
City of Carter, Texas.
That's great. We love him jokes. That's great. Love it. I bet Carter took that home.
Oh, good call. Good call. So is there anything that the show leaves behind with all the contestants' T-shirts or anything? Is there any mementos that they get other than just watching it on TV?
I don't think so. I'm not part of production, so it's kind of fairly separate. Oh, look, there's a tornado. That's brilliant.
Oh,
that's brilliant.
Nice.
That was new. They didn't have that. That's new. When they submitted, because obviously between submitting and then you find out you're on the show, you find out around August. You find out that you're possibly on the show around August, and then September you're kind of confirmed. And every single person who knows they're going on the show always do more. They always end up doing, look at this, handmade. Look at that. That's great.
Oh, that's a spray foam that they're using. Okay.
Yeah.
And that stuff's not cheap. That's about $6, and I guarantee you that right there is about 10 cans.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yes.
Look at that.
We made one that was 15 foot tall. It cost us $600 just in spray foam.
And here's a really good thing. The whole being able to hand the judge something and hold it, that's a great little moment as well. And when you come and do your interview, I always encourage people to have one or two props, because it's really cool when you're in the interview and then you bring up this giant cupcake that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, they've got driveway, but look how they've done their tunnels. They've done it about every 6 feet. They've done an arch, creating this tunnel, which even though the ground underneath that is bare, see, but then they've, look at it. It still fills the dark spots. Super easy fix there.
So, they did a great job. They represented Texas well. How many years have they been trying to get on?
I mean, I don't want to be too specific, but like.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just say, you know, they were engaged, now they're married, and I think that's their kids, right? Is that their kids? No.
I would assume so, yeah.
I think so, yeah. So, like,
I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I think they're a blended. I can't remember if they're a blended family. I think they are. But
you know, I'll find out Monday though when they're on the show.
You will know everything.
I was hoping for a line dance there with Carter, but they didn't go line dance there.
Yeah, that would have been cute. I think they're too rodeo for that.
Oh, Colorado. Okay.
Okay, Colorado. I think.
Artz family.
Oh, Artz. Okay, I found this family. I found this family in 2022 on Facebook from one tiny little post in one of the Christmas pages, and they commented and put up a little picture of theirs, and I was like, "Hello, who are you? Show me more."
Well, yes.
Sometimes, like, I only see a tiny bit, and I reach out and I say, "Hey, can you send me a better video or a picture of your display?"
Yeah. Say, what is this Christmas display of which you speak? I must see more.
Now, I will tell you what got this family on so quickly, because 2022 is very quick, right? I often tell my contestants it can take a few years. And when I say a few, it can be, I mean, I've worked on the show for 9, and I have had some contestants that made the show, this particular show. I've been speaking to them for 9 years, right?
Okay.
And these people had exceptional footage, out of the gate. And it was drone. And drone footage will make your display look absolutely professional and show worthy. It's just one of those things. It's HD. It's the angles. It just, everything about it just sets it above, and they got it in and it looked great. Sometimes, footage is the thing that stops contestants from getting on the show. And we work with them time and time again. And They think it's good enough to just, I'll send the vertical footage in. But for us, we can't decide. It's ABC, and they have cameras, and they need to see it, what it would look like shot horizontally, like it is with television cameras. And so we just, if you don't get your footage in, you get pushed over to the next season, unfortunately, because that's the most important part of your submission.
Well, yeah, you got to submit the video to the TV show. I mean, it's a TV medium, it's a visual medium, so you have to have the visualizations. Rob's wanted to know, when do they find out who the judges are? Is that the reveal date? Is that the filming date, rather?
When they're working with the producers, once they get their filming date, they are told who they have coming, simply because obviously, like they built that Carter caricature into it. Oftentimes they'll want to kind of do something specific. Someone might have a skating rink, so they'll need to know the shoe size or, things like that. The other thing about them, the Artz family, is when we first found them, they didn't fill their driveway and their roof was not covered. And what's interesting you'll see with them is that they've covered their roof not just with lights but with snowflakes, and they've filled their driveway. And we say it time and time again, Phil, you do something with your driveway, just do something, anything. And people don't. And every year, and they're like, why didn't I get on the show? I'm really disappointed. And we're like, roof, driveway, dark spots. Roof, driveway, dark spots. It's like I say it every day, all day, every day.
Yeah, so I had Kristen on last year, the year before, it was last year, and she was talking about dark spots. And I had so many people that took that to heart and sent me new footage of their homes. Hey, dark spot. They would say dark spots filled, and like, so people actually listen. People do listen.
And it really makes a huge difference. Like, it really does. And I'm not saying go out and spend money. There is a million ways to source lights, props without spending any money. We never ever tell people to spend money to get on the show. It's not who we are, but we can advise you what to do. And for some people, they want to just, they're happy with their display as is, which is great. And then other people like, no, my goal is to get on the show, or my goal is to win the show. And obviously getting on the show is the first hurdle. And, and listen, I've had people go, I want you to be brutally honest. Because unless you ask me to be brutally honest, I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, because every display is beautiful. Even a string of lights in a house sharing the Christmas spirit is beautiful, right? We love you all for doing what you do and for celebrating and sharing the Christmas spirit, right? But if your goal is to get on and win, and you tell me that, and you go, I am wearing my big boy or my big girl pants, tell me, I'll sit down and I'll be brutally honest.
Yeah. Agreed. So we're of like minds. I'm a very much tell me exactly brutally. I'm a brutally honest kind of guy.
Yeah.
So when people ask me, hey, I think we're up to like 20 submissions for this year's contest. It's like, hey, tell me what you think I need to do for this year's show. I'm like, okay, how blunt do you want me to be? Because you have no lights on your roof, and that's an obvious thing. So
yeah. So look, I mean, some people just love to apply too. And I think that's also the thing of, like, the thing I mentioned the other day. Sometimes I'll reach out to you because, like, I'm scouting talent.
Yeah.
My specialty in the show is to find people who have a specific talent and growing with them, guiding them, working with them over a bunch of years, and then getting them on the show. I just have an eye for it, right? It's one of my things. Good. I can see one thing in a display and be like, they've got it. I'll probably find 20 of them. I'll speak to 10 of them. The other 10 will ignore me. 8 of them will be interested. 5 of them will do it. And 3 of them might get on the show over the space of a couple of years. But, people love to those kind of people love the feedback, and they love to work with me. And I love working with them. And, finding those really niche people is just, it's a joy, because you're all artists in one way or another, no matter what you're doing, right? You're all artists. If you're programming music, you're an artist. It's like, that's what I love about the show, is that it's just a beautiful art form. Yeah. And getting on the show is like the Olympics of the art form. And so I'm out there scouting. So I might find you. You might not be ready, but I see your talent. So I'm kind of
Yo.
right, I'm looking
Oh.
around at the younger displays with an eye to grow them into the show.
I heard, I was talking to somebody last night about, hey, have you ever thought about being on the show? They said the show wouldn't never take me because I build all my own displays. They love everything that's store bought. I'm like, do you ever actually watch the show? So they love
Whoever that is,
DIY.
can you send them my way, please?
Yeah, yeah. I'll send you some. That's a neat display. Okay, welcome to Colorful Colorado. LED up to no. Oh, I like that tree in the window.
Look
Nice
at those
window art.
snowflakes on the house. Snowflakes and icicles. Oh, love
That's a
it.
clever way of adding light to dark spaces without it being the same lights that they had in a different part of the house. That's a clever transition.
See the dimension of the stuff on the roof, right?
Yep.
So you've not just got lights, and this is a great way to fill that roof without filling the roof. You've got a couple of talking pieces, you've got the lined ropes, and you've got the snowflakes sitting up. So there is, and their house, like, it's not easy. It's a tall house. It's not easy to get on and do. But when you do it, it gets you on the show.
Yeah. So it looks like he's got some blow molds. He's got some LEDs. He's got some store-bought. I'm assuming those reindeer, which are freaking gorgeous looking. I'm assuming they're store-bought, even though I've never seen them before.
But this is a pretty display too. It's
yes.
So pretty.
Good word.
It's like storybook pretty, Blow molds. Look at that, blow molds. There's probably a story there about those. They probably rescued them and restored them. That seems like very popular. I have a feeling that caravan was probably European vacation, but we can't do it, so it's probably been transformed for the show.
One of the forgotten vacations, European vacation.
Yeah. What is it, Christmas Lampoon or whatever it is?
Yeah, Christmas Vacation, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there is a European Vacation. That was part 2. Christmas Vacation was part 3.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful reindeer.
That's a good looking deer right there.
Yeah.
Because when I watch this back, I hope they DIY'd that, because that'd be freaking cool if they DIY'd it.
It actually looks like a specialty store, like the fancy stores.
Yeah.
I think
I've not seen that.
We'd be talking about it.
I go to Trans World. Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. I mean, that's beautiful. But just look at the layout. Look at that house. That is absolutely covered. And yes, it is a lot of store bought, but it's also beautiful. Like that. Well, that's handmade, but like it is. Yeah. Look at the lines and everything. And again, the ground is lit, but that house is covered. The icicles, the drip lights, the snowflakes. Like it's stunning. You can't deny it's not. But it's also, look at how everything is placed neatly and in like little clusters and little groups. If you're going to do store-bought, you 100% have to have a little like stories to tell and clusters and make it look pretty. See, you've got your Disney section, you've got your deers, you've got your little, they've got the sections so that it looks neat and ordered and pretty.
And they have their driveway decorated.
And they have the driveway decorated. And see, now those pieces are very easy to move in and out.
Yeah.
So on the day of filming, and also garage doors, please, like that. Look, simple. A wreath, a tree, some drip lights, because their garage doors mechanical, like electric, right? So you can't have anything on it. But for the show, they've done that. So that's one cute little thing that you can do if you have a driveway, to get us footage to show, look, we're doing this for now to show that we understand, the assignment.
Yes.
And then when the show comes, you can go even bigger.
Kurt's saying they got them from Costco. Like, okay.
Oh, okay.
And then Gene is saying amazing.
Yes.
Learning a lot just from watching this in the last episode. I know.
Oh, nice. Beautiful drone shot. Actually, that's the jib shot. Oh, now look, that is a great thing to do with windows. Put something in your windows. Yep. Yes, you can use projection, but that's pretty kind of standard. Look at those lines around that property. Oh, and the tree. Yep. See the tree? If you have a tree taking up space in your yard, line it, put lanterns in it, use a fishing rod to launch lights into it, throw net lights, spotlights, lanterns. But you got to do your trees.
For the show, for the garage, how do you feel about garage door covers? There's two companies that make covers just for the garage doors. Do you
Yeah.
think that's a good? You think that's good, or do you think it needs to be lights or something else?
I mean, look, it's not a great talking point, but it's something. If it's just going to
Okay.
fill a space. So if you've got other better stuff to talk about, that's fine. Put a couple of spotlights and some lights around it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It still works. It does the trick. And especially if it's on theme. Like if it's like a Santa cave or whatever, and in front of it you've got little penguins and whatever, then it works.
Well, it's like we're off to the MacGregors now
The MacGregors.
in Arizona.
Oh, no, MacGregors weren't my family. They were Alicia's family, I think, or I think someone that's not with us anymore. And
Okay.
now, so this family actually was the family that had the next level social media. I thought it was the Wrights. The Wrights, they still did, but this family had everything. Absolutely, like they were just so easy to find. That's one of the things, like when we're searching hashtags, we're looking for news stories, all that kind of thing. And Facebook pages are a key way for us to find you. So if you have a little Facebook page, we're always putting in like a city and a state and then Christmas lights. And so if you have that little Facebook page for your display, then we're going to find you.
And the librarian went there last year after they filmed.
Of course he did.
Yes. So, okay, MacGregor family, Arizona. I like the outfits. Like everybody's in red. I like the leather jackets. Nice little touch.
And I'm watching this for the first time, so I don't know anything about this family other than their social media was on point. So, oh yeah, that's cute.
Nice.
All right, we've got a little Christmas tree. Is that going to be the way we light up the display?
Very okay. So it's got a little button there. Okay.
What is that?
It's got some sort of push the button and.
I'd love to know what that is.
Oh, is that a badminton? It looks like it might be a badminton. Surely he's not gonna hit the L. Maybe it's just a push.
No,
it's just push button. Okay, I thought it might have been a birdie for a badminton.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had a question for you from Kurt. He's wanting to know your Hollywood stories. Do you know of any celebrities who actually decorate their own homes and don't pay for it to be decorated?
No, they're all too rich and famous. I mean, just Google Kim Kardashian's house. It's nuts. She goes crazy with both Halloween and Christmas. And then there was someone else who was going viral just recently. Oh, I can't remember who it is, but somebody famous has got a display happening right now as well.
Huh.
There's a couple of celebrities. I've often floated the idea of doing a celebrity, but the problem with it is they're rich. So they have an unfair advantage. Two, they have people. But I think it would just be too kind of, I think the backbone of Great Christmas Light Fight is families, the generations of people who have built their displays, the new people who are doing something with their families. They're creating a legacy. They're giving to their community. All the handmade things and the collecting and the refurbishing and the love and dedication that goes into these displays. That is the heart of Great Christmas Light Fight. And yes, we do have some big displays, but that's, they're still family and it's just communal. And I just think that if you made it about rich people who paid people, I think it would lose some of its spirit.
Brian's saying Jamie Foxx does, and Rob's saying Tim
Jamie
Allen
Foxx.
does.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx. So I know Heidi Klum she's famous for her Halloween costumes.
Yeah, and they have a big Halloween party every year.
Yeah, I went to it 2 years ago. No, I'm just joking.
Hey, I believed you.
Keep it family. Well said, AJ. Yeah. I'm sure there's celebrities are just regular people who just have a different job than I do. But I'm sure there's some that probably did this growing up and just now they're in the movies or whatever. So can't do it anymore, really.
Yeah. Plus, I think a lot of celebrities don't really want people to know where they live.
True.
So
So we're doing our speaking of celebrities, we're doing our contest. And last year, I'm blanking on her name. She was you talked about Christmas Vacation earlier. She was the
Oh, I know
mom
who
of
you're
Christmas
talking
Vacation.
about. The mum
Yeah,
of Kevin, right?
yeah.
From
I,
Home Alone. Yeah,
no,
I don't know her
no
name.
from Christmas Vacation, but she's the one
From
that announced our
Vacations.
winners last year.
Oh, cool.
And I can't believe I'm spacing on her name. She's the most famous wife in Christmas movies.
Someone will drop it in the comments.
So yeah, somebody put in the comments who in the world am I talking about from Christmas Vacation, the mom.
Yeah, I know who you
Drawing a
mean.
blank. But that was kind of neat for her to come on and do that announcement for us.
Fun American fact. As an Australian, I went to Bucky's for my first time ever this year because I went
Never
to
been.
Florida and I got to learn what Bucky's is all about. That was mind blowing.
I've never been. We're going to Texas next week, so I've never been, but we're going to stop in. I hear great things about their barbecue.
Go
So
hungry
okay,
with a heavy
yeah,
wallet.
heavy wallet. You got it, Brian. Beverly D'Angelo. That was who was on the show. Yeah, heavy wallet and an empty stomach.
Yeah,
I like
it
it.
was. It wasn't like I didn't really know what to expect, so
Yeah,
I have to admit, my mind was blown, and I was like, oh, I'll just do a quick stop. I spent like 2 hours in there.
really.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So we got the big reveal. We're gonna push the button. Oh, project. Lots of
Windows. Look at
projection. I
that.
like
Windows. Yes.
blow molds, projection. House is lit up. Okay. There has to be. Oh, I thought those were lights like Evelyn Quintero's at first, but it's just a matching color pattern on
Yeah.
the bushes.
Now,
All right.
handmade. Oh, I love a carousel. I can't tell you
Yeah.
how many places I have found from a single shot of one handmade like carousel. I found another one
Really.
today, and then it might be only one of 3 or 4 things in the yard, and I'll reach out and I go, hey, how do you feel like I'm doing a whole lot more?
Yes. Yeah.
I
Yeah. It's
like a
like,
lot
hey, I
more.
appreciate that. Do more, please. Like all of it.
Yeah, and add lights and do all these things. Sometimes people are like, yeah, heck yeah. Other people are like, you're crazy, lady. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob's saying that their roof is dark. I've not paid attention to the roof yet, but
Yeah.
he said there's no lights on the roof. We'll see here in a second.
No, but what there is
Oh,
here is a lot of handmade stuff. A lot to talk about. So it's kind of one of those things you can kind of sneak in. And I haven't seen the roof, so I don't know. But you can kind of sneak in to the show by having a ton of handmade stuff.
that's got to be pool noodles that they've just cut up.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, they look a bit. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a great idea. I haven't seen that done
it
before. Like,
is.
cute.
And I'm guessing those are solo cups, maybe, or some sort of plastic cup they've eliminated. Neat. You got some toy soldiers there.
Yeah, in sections, as you can see, themed sections roped off, lined driveways, just marking those beautiful straight lines.
Oh, more pool noodle to
Tell you,
hide.
pool noodles.
Clever.
Wait,
That's a clever way to hide a fence.
look at this. This is so cute. Carter's going to get in there and ask him like how it powers it or how he made it.
Yeah. Popcorn machine, nice movie night theme.
Bubbles.
Yeah. We do that for our Halloween display here. We get the popcorn machine out in the driveway and give it out to the neighborhood. Drive-in theater, nice theme.
Oh yeah, that's cute. See, now look, that's filling a space. That's a dark spot.
Yeah.
That's using projection to fill a dark spot. Look, they put their car in there. That's cute. Oh, what's this?
Um.
Oh, they filled their car. Oh, that's cute.
Smart.
Listen, hey,
that is.
It's a way to fill the driveway, and it looks like it's filled with Santa's presents. It's also a red car, so it might be a nod to the judge's car.
That's some subliminal messaging right there.
Like, I mean, look, I haven't seen this episode, so I don't know, but like, I'm guessing. But see, that's the thing. See, you can fill your driveway in many ways. Oh, now look, we've got a secondary section by the looks of it. Look at these. Oh, that's so cute.
Nice.
Oh, that's in their garage. So look at that. They've opened their garage and done a display in there, which is great. And for the new format, having a secondary kind of sneak peek But wait, there's more.
Right.
If your garage is great. If you have those little houses, the tiny villages, trains, if you have a collection of Christmas stuff, you could create a little cave area. You could have a Santa cave, like you could have an ice cave. You know, you could just take what would be a section outside and put it in your garage, and you got a secret section.
Here's how I know those mini lights right there are old, because they're nice and stretched out. Lots of people just take them straight out of the box and instantly hang them. You have to stretch those mini strings out. If you'll sacrifice 3 feet if you don't. So good for him. That's
And
nice
what they're
straight lines
doing
on
here
those.
with the ruler is because they're perfect. He's
Yeah.
obviously joking, but it does make a difference. If you look at the house where they're pinned and they're lined and they're neat versus just hanging them, like you said, kind of crooked, it makes a huge difference, especially because we have these rolling shots, right? These panning shots, and it's important that it looks nice for television.
Yes. Yeah, I like how the stars are up above the house. It gives that nice, visual illusion that hey, there's the stars are just kind of hanging there in space.
And I'd say that that's their compromise of the roof. Like the roof, they've gone, okay, well, we'll put something up on the roof. We'll do the stars. So the roof is technically not filled, but it has something, right? And it does fill that dark space in a way. So see, again, a simple but effective way of just keeping that elevated area lit in some way without having to go over the top.
And Brian brings up a good point in the chat that it's a clay roof. It's too, be too dangerous or risky to hang lights on clay. So great point, Brian.
Yeah. So they came up with a solution, that's a great solution.
Now, AJ, we are not asking for your vote, but Michael is voting. He's voting Mox 1 and the Wrights number 2. He's asking for people in the chat to cast who they believe
I have
won.
to be Switzerland.
Yes. AJ is Switzerland. Everybody else, who do you think won? I'm going Mach family. I'm going Mach 1 as a race car driver. So my son is in boot camp right now for the Space Force, and he was able to call me last night. His first question goes, Dad, I got 10 minutes. Go to the internet. I'm like, okay, I'm set up at the internet. He goes, great. Who's winning Formula One? I'm like, okay. So he's a big Red Bull racing guy. So I'm like, okay, your driver's winning, son. It's okay. It was all right, Dad. Then we got to talk about what he's doing in the military. So the Ryan's voting Mach. Laura's voting Mach.
They're a fan favorite.
It's a tough one. He liked them all. So
yeah, I feel like they all had different elements. Like there's a lot of handmade. Yeah. There was a lot of great space. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because like sometimes you'll have one and you're like, oh my God, that's crazy. There's no way. But then, there are people that have not won that I am still butthurt about. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say who they are. But, I have 2 or 3 houses that they didn't win and I'm incensed.
Yes. Yes. So there's a few we're watching at home like, what? Come on. So there must have been a connection there. Must have been something triggered, maybe a childhood memory for a judge or something. That there's a connection there. So,
and also you got to remember, sometimes the display is judged on what happens on the night, and we're not there, right? So what you're seeing is the perfect, right? But sometimes there are instances where things have had to be fixed or whatever, and so they're judged on the moment, in the moment. So that can make a difference too. And you're right. Different people like different things. And, we just, unfortunately, we can't all agree. And it makes us some great arguments the next day in our office. We work from home now.
Oh,
yeah. Our Zoom meetings are like, oh, my God, why didn't my one win?
So that brings up a great point. So is there any friendly jabbing or some light competition between the casting crew of, hey, my people won or my people didn't? Is there any light ribbing about that?
You know what? In fact, we are like the most loving work environment. Like, first of all, Kristen is the most incredible boss. She's so supportive and just loving and caring and supportive and constructive. And she's just amazing. And but all of us, we only keep around people who are loving and positive, and it really is just an incredibly positive, supportive workplace. So we support each other's wins, you know, like,
Right.
and we often help, like, someone, like, I've had a lot of contestants, and so new people have come in and I've shared them and they've become their contestants, so it's technically their, you know, so it's like we're one team, one dream, and we do all just love to work together to kind of make this incredible, like, it is a privilege to do this job, you know. And we very much live in that space. But you know, we have a laugh about things, like sometimes, you know, I think we're all genuinely excited by finding the places and sharing those stories, and so we're really very much invested in everybody's display.
And to repeat something you said in the interview the other day, if there's any light fight champions in the chat now, Brian and a few others, take a quick video of your family with their trophy and do a quick little, what would you ask for? A quick little, hey, Merry Christmas.
Well, we want all contestants, not just winners. We'd love some winners, but like all contestants. If you want to get on our TikTok and our Instagram, send me a little Christmas message. And you can, if you don't have my number, you should, but if you don't, you can get it very easily. Just ask Charlie, just ask anyone. DM me, you know, you'll find me. You've got my emails because I emailed a bunch of you the other day. Yeah, just a happy Christmas from the blah blah family. We loved being on the Great Christmas Light Fight. From our family to yours, have a very Merry Christmas and go on the show, or, you know, just anything, any kind of Christmas message. We would love it, and we'll share it. Especially past winners, you know, it'd be great. Like,
so
they're showing
fighters.
Oh,
I mean, just looking at the chat, we got a ton of folks who have been experienced with the light fight. So right now we're looking at the Mock family with Carter, Texas, and then this the MacGregors. Nice packed space. I like that. Nice condensed. It looks like they may have had a deck out there on their roof. I couldn't tell if that was just an optical illusion.
Look at those windows. We didn't get a chance to talk about that too much because it then ended. But like, anything in windows is a really great way to fill a display in those dark spots, and just a tree or a Santa or whatever, and just a little spotlight under it it's great.
Win Montero saying hopefully he can get on the light fight next year.
Nice. Win. Are you speaking to someone? Do you have someone? Are you in talks? Like, has someone reached out to you?
Let us know in the chat, Win. This is the place to talk about it.
Well, I can look it up. I have my computer right here.
Let's see here. Brian's good with car reflections. Brian, have you figured out who it is yet?
Oh, really? He can pick where it is?
Every time he looks at the reflection in the doors.
Brian, you're a freak.
He's calling it the right
family. Now they are genuinely surprised.
The right family got it. Okay, right family are champs.
Oh, it's all so. Those are the little hand painted pieces. Each piece hand painted. Some lot handmade.
Wynn says he talked to somebody last week.
Oh, good. Okay. We'll get that footage in. Listen to all of what we've said. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Great. Win. Awesome. I can see you right here.
Aaron says he applied as a heavyweight.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a good crew in our chat today.
Well, I think you interviewed Jordan because he was involved with one of our heavyweights this year. Correct.
Yeah. I did not ask the name of the family because I don't want to poke around and be nosy, but we'll have Jordan back on once that airs next year. We'll have Jordan on again anyway, but he's a heck of a guy to talk to.
Look, I mean, that is absolutely packed. That display is packed from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Lots of animation, the animatronics, all of this handmade. Look at the handmade cutouts, little themes.
Yeah.
A lot of, here's the deal. It's the handmade stuff that got them over the line there, because there's just so much on
Hey,
that.
Brian, is that the first Pixel Light show, legit Pixel Light show to win in a while? I guess I don't know if I would call that a legit Pixel Light show because I don't know if it's to music. Well, yeah, it's a Pixel show, but I don't know if it's a lot of the Pixel shows will just be just music, like a music video, if you will. Look at that. There's a video, and we always ask, is there going to be fog or no fog in the trophy?
Is
No
there going to be
fog.
what? Fog?
Yeah, sometimes the trophies will be fogged up.
Oh.
So that's a running joke. Anytime the trophy is revealed, we always have the debate: is there going to be fog in today's trophy or not?
Ah.
A lot of the past winners have said they had to get 2 or 3 different trophies for filming night because there'll be fog in 1 or 2 of them.
Oh, that's interesting. You guys have way too much time on your hands. If you're talking about fog in a trophy, that is hilarious.
Yes, and one of the light bulbs went out in Jordan's display.
Oh no! Can you
Jordan's
fix
trophy,
it?
rather, his trophy. Yeah, he was able to fix. He replaced it with a Walmart bulb.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's cool. Well, that's good to know. At least they make it so that you can relight it.
Yes. Apparently, when you get the trophy, you get a box, but Brian didn't get to keep his box, so Brian can't fix his, but Jordan can fix his.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay, so
Do you mean a box that it goes in?
yeah, apparently there's a box that Jordan got, and inside the box there was a couple spare parts, but Brian just
Oh,
got handed the trophy. He didn't get to keep the box, so
dang. Okay. All right, we got some good stuff happening here. Look at this episode.
yes, there's a lot going on. It looks like a lot of partying, a lot of fun. There's some good looking stuff here.
There is some good stories about some of these people. So we've got Blasco, Slankard, Buchanan, and Clinkscales.
Yeah. So I'm biased. I've talked to Robert and to Lori for many years, so I'm heavy Slankards in this episode. No, nothing against any of the families. I have no idea what kind of shows you got.
Well,
So
3 of these
Glasgow?
families are mine.
Okay.
It's an AJ heavy episode.
Nice. Dawn of the AJ. Adeline.
And they're all quite different. Wait. So we've got, look, and this is something that we're going to be featuring more. So this is something that we're asking people to submit is the DIY videos of you and the family making stuff. Now, what's really unique about this is this family, and ABC is obviously a family show. These kids are involved.
Nice.
Involved heavily. The daughter does the blueprints, and then the dad makes them. So she draws things, and he then creates them, brings them to life.
You know what that tells me?
So
what that
lovely.
tells me, AJ, is this is going to be a generational display. If the kids are in it, that means it's going to. Yes.
Yeah, and the community gets involved, and obviously, all the kids' friends would get involved. So yeah, and we actually, this is Alicia found this family, and she found them on Facebook. So again, Facebook is if you have a little family light page, Facebook is the place to put it. And the Christmas groups also, like if you know the weekly postings of, hey, everyone post your page. If you put in a little video, trust me, we are deep in those pages looking at all of your displays as you post your replies with your videos. So always try and put a video instead of a photo if you're trying to get found. But also don't try to get found. Find me. Find me. Reach out to me.
Let's make it easy on AJ. Can we do that, folks?
You can find me. I'm very easy to be found. AJ TV Casting is my Instagram. AJ Rochester TikTok. AJ Rochester Facebook. But if you just Google my name, you'll find me.
Brian's saying this family may jeopardize Jordan's youngest champion ever title.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat 7, Jordan.
Yeah.
Andrew says AJ's the best from Andrew Ward.
Oh, Andrew. Oh, Andrew's one of the people who helped me get my new career in casting. He was extremely supportive, and he was the one who introduced me to Kristen.
Nice.
Which got me this job.
You're telling that story in our interview. So this is the Andrew. Nice to meet you, Andrew.
Yeah, he is the one who literally changed my life, as did Kristen.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. So we've got multi-levels. We've got backyard, front yard, lots of interactive, so much handmade stuff. Look at that. And Tanya loves some handmade stuff. She does love it.
Yeah, she's an arts and crafter.
Now look at that. Do you see those canopy lights and the dance floor? Great way to fill space. Look at that. There's a huge block filled, very family, kids disco, love it.
Nice.
Oh,
nice,
look at that roof. Woo!
Yeah. Nice cool white backdrop palette.
Look at that.
Nice cutout.
Yeah.
This is a good display.
This is a good display. This is a display that has filled every nook and cranny. They've just gone, all right, you said to fill it, let's fill it.
Yep.
But that's the thing. So here are the elements that you got to think about, right? So, okay, you filled a space with the dance floor. Yeah, great, because now that's a moment on the show where the kids all dress up and you dance. So there are ways without, that you can think outside the box to fill a space. You could have a whole cave, an ice cave, and inside is, Santa or a penguin or Eskimos or an igloo, or, there's fun ways that you can have some interactive elements that the judges love that are great talking points. And, you've filled space in a creative way, but that's also a great beat on TV. What is this? Oh, is this like a little teddy bear conveyor belt? That's cute.
Yeah, that's a Build-A-Bear.
Oh, that's a great idea. Look at that. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Conveyor belts are huge in this season. I think this is the 4th conveyor belt.
That is brilliant. I love it. I can see Tanya loves that too.
Yeah, Steve's saying, man, what a display.
Oh, and looking up, great. That's great. What is he? Look, simple. A lot of these are some simple builds, but just so effective.
There's a lot to be impressed with your show. One of the things I'm best impressed with is your cameraman. Your camera guys are freaking top notch. These guys always get brilliant shots.
Well, and we do try to kind of teach people how to do that. If you Google if you go on YouTube and put in Great Christmas Light Fight shot list or video guidelines, it's called, you can actually watch the video guidelines and then shoot your own display the same to be able to submit it to us. But when you apply, we send it to you as well. A lot of people don't read it though, and then they send vertical footage, and then we're like, oh no, look at this! Oh, this is so cute.
Yeah, I think Kristen has it on her site, her YouTube channel too, of how to film for the. Well, that's clever. A little Finding Nemo there.
Wow.
Also, I don't know that I've seen an aquarium before in the light fight.
That is original. But look, it's really super simple. Look at that. It's a box. They've painted the box, some lights, some fish, painted the outside. This is what I mean. You don't have to spend, we don't ask you to spend money. That's a great way to make something really unique and is a talking point, because we're looking for talking points.
If those fish were moving around over there, I'd been like, yep, give them the trophy. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was still neat.
Oh,
yeah, Brian said that the kids are awesome. Definitely a family effort.
Yeah, and that looks like some restoration stuff, right? I don't know whether it's hamburger, but the ye oldie restoration stuff from the department stores.
Yeah.
Which I like how. Go on.
Good. No, so I like how there's something different. You walk 5 feet, there's something different.
Yeah. Look at this. Now look at this. Simple but effective.
Yeah.
It's like a little Christmas room.
Yeah. Nice clean plexiglass there, it looked like.
And just another talking point. And it's not, It's not expensive. It's not fancy, but it's a beautiful moment for the judges to stop. Oh, that was cute. Break through to another section.
Yep.
Oh, this is
karate chops.
crazy.
Nice green colors there.
This is the, but wait, there's more for sure.
Yeah, yeah. They've got some inflatables back there. Okay. Oh,
That's the thing. You can have all that stuff, but as long as you've got some unique talking points in your display, then, you know, you've got a leg in the door.
that's like the. I don't know if they're going to go back to those wreaths, but that looked like they had an Olympic style wreaths there, all mounted up
Yeah,
like the
I
Olympic
wonder
rings.
what that story's about. That did look like that.
Nice drone footage. Going back to the dance floor.
Yep. Those canopy lights, that's a great way to fill that space to
Yeah.
give it some depth. That roof, I mean, whew, when you say fill the roof, they filled the roof.
So Monty, we talk all the time about, hey, stuff I've never seen before. Monty sent me in his display. And Monty, you have something. I think you probably know what I'm talking about that you made this year that I've never seen in any other display ever. And I'm excited when the video gets come out and people get to see what you made. He made a prop I've never seen before, and it's amazing looking. So I'm excited when that comes out. Let's see here. They're covering everything when it comes to ideas. So they got a little bit of everything in there, yeah. Front and back display. The kids are awesome. Definitely a family effort. So for having young kids as well as mine are also involved. That one got me. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
the one
that's
that
the
got
thing.
me was.
No, go on.
No, say the one that got me was the Clark family display. Chris Clark's display got me when he had his. I probably already told you this, when he had the Armed Forces area and he got to the Space Force. And my son's in Space Force boot camp right now. I'm like, God, that got to me. I'm like, I was tearing up. I'm like, I don't tear up in general, let alone on YouTube. Well, that got to me. So yeah, it's good to have touching moments on here.
Well, and that's the thing. ABC is, you know, it is a family show. We are encouraging contestants to, you know, if the kids are involved in the making, to get videos of that during, you know, so then you can send that in. We're also encouraging families who have not yet had their interviews to, you know, get amongst the display, wear your Christmas sweaters and do a little hi. Where did this family? I'm blah blah. This is blah blah, and you know the kids all introduce themselves just so we can see who's behind the display, because that matters. As you can see, that becomes an integral part of what we're putting on the show as well. So if there's family members, we want to see them, hear them speak, see what we're coming to film.
Yeah, I know like Brandon and Tiffany Ford, their best friend also help on the display a lot. So sometimes it's extended family and it's a collaborative affair amongst your own neighbors and everybody else.
Well, and like that family where like the daughter's doing the blueprints and the dad's kind of turning it into things. I think any interests that the kids have. So if the kids are into boxcar racing, then have a boxcar section, have a boxcar, get one of the judges on a boxcar, have a boxcar race, right? If another kid's into ballet, have a dance floor and have, their friends do a little recital. We had a family years ago who, did a whole tap dancing Broadway routine. And, we love those little elements, those show elements. Don't be afraid to kind of pitch those when you're pitching us.
And it's a clever parent way to get the kids involved in the Christmas if you put something in there that they're already interested in.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you're in a dance. Let's put a ballet section in here or whatever. So that's a clever parent way to incorporate the family.
And and if say your daughter's into ballet and she's got 200 ballet ornaments, you could create a little hut, one of those little houses, the displays, put a couple of lights, little dance floor, and then you've got a talking point. Get one of the little tykes houses that someone's thrown out on the side of the road, fill it with something. And, so there's many ways, very similar to what they just did, to be able to create those stop and talk moments, especially with collectibles.
Was that your family?
No, that wasn't my family. The next three are my families.
Okay.
Slankard, and Killing Scales.
So Kurt's talking about he's afraid to have a backyard display like you used to have because the HOA might say, "Hey, your shed's too big." Any issues with HOAs with any of these families?
We have a pretty good relationship with HOAs. We've dealt with a lot of them.
Yeah.
Usually people know if their HOAs are a problem, and so we
Oh,
pick and choose and move cautiously with them. But a lot of HOAs, actually, I find a lot of my creative handmade DIY people through HOA competitions. Because if you're winning your HOA competition 5 years in a row, then you're my person.
here's the Slankards. Here's Robert and Lori.
Oh, this makes me so happy that they made the show because like I said, I've been working with them from pretty much, I don't remember exactly, but I think it's from my first year or very close to it. So we are really happy. They are like, they get the trophy for perseverance and for never
Yeah.
giving up because people can get frustrated. They're like, why, but I think for them, they just would not cover their roof. They would
Oh,
not cover
okay.
their roof. And it's huge. Their roof is huge. And they did. And the year they covered their roof was the year they got on the show.
Very nice. So yeah, folks, when AJ said put lights on your roof, listen to her. She's the
Or
expert.
do something on the roof. Like that other family did the snowflakes. It wasn't on the roof, but it was
Yeah.
roof adjacent.
Yes. Yes. Good call.
Robert's
Come
a
on. So
school teacher. Lovely. The most happiest man on earth.
yeah, he's always in a good mood every time I talk to him.
He is like literally the happiest person in the world.
Yeah.
I've actually seen this sneak peek because they had it as a promo. Look at him, he's like giggling. He's like
Yeah.
because this was such a long held dream for him. Long held. Like he cannot believe that this is happening. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to happen myself. And so honestly, we try so hard for some people. We do everything. We go reshoot footage. We
Yeah.
we want you to have that experience. So when it comes true for someone that we have fought so hard for and pitched time and time and time again, and then finally it's their year, it's like, yes.
Nice. Well, good job putting lights on your roof up, Robert and Lori. Let's go.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Now this
Well,
is super cute. What's about to happen here? This is the cutest little thing. So he's created a time machine here, and he was saying like growing up in the 60s in that area was the best time of his life. So he's going to take her back to this time, and which you'll
Brilliant.
see when it comes to the display. But this is one of these examples of movie magic, right? Television magic. This is not lighting up his display, but it's the method
Yeah.
through which we're lighting up the display. So by the time you come to get your interview, we really do want you to have some idea of what you want to do because anything goes. Right, so she's in the time machine.
Brilliant idea. Brilliant.
That's great. I love it.
I'm
Get
now.
3, 2, 1. Okay, what's gonna happen? Oh, so
There
cute.
we go.
Look at that roof. That roof is covered.
Got some lights on it. Let's go.
And the trees. We got him to do the trees.
Yep. I recognize that light show, by gosh.
Now, Jordan Maywald has some good tutorials on how to wrap trees. So if you want to know how to wrap a tree, go to Jordan's YouTube page.
Jordan, put a link to your YouTube page in the chat for us. So when this goes live later, that'll become a clickable link.
Okay, so handmade, lots of handmade already. We're going to do the handmade cutout, hand painted. Nice. Oh, there's the red car.
Red car, and then they got the kind of the old timey LUT, as they will say, over the film. Nice.
Now we've got all these beautiful old restoration pieces, which I think is that nod to the time machine.
Yeah.
Nice, good panning shots. See that shot? Nice. If you have a display, that's the shot we want. We want that outside exterior stable shot from left to right.
Yeah, and those trees that he has wrapped, that's taller than his house. I'm curious to see how he got up there if they talk about it.
And because the house is so big, you can understand why we needed the house done, right? Like that is a
Yes.
huge dark spot that we just couldn't, it just was way too dark for the display. So we were glad that he filled it, and then he got on the show.
Now, Steve's asking you, AJ. His roof is 40 feet up and on a hill. So if someone who has like an extreme roof, what ideas do you have for them to utilize that space?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing is that I think the other family, that was one of their issues, was that it was either a steep roof or it was very high.
Mhm.
And look, the net lights make it a lot easier so that you're not up there stapling lines to roofs. But you've also got we saw that family that had the Merry Christmas sign, and then they had the snowflakes. There are ways of, because those snowflakes were attached not on the roof, but just at the edge of the roof. Right? Did you see? They
Right.
had a
Yeah.
little clip that was attached. So they looked like they were floating on the roof, but they were literally just clipped to the edge of the roof.
Yeah. Good call.
So I
I've
think
got
there's
some.
ways you can get around it, like we don't want you falling off a ladder. Now here, look, see, this is what I was talking about, the rooms with the displays. These are very easy to do. This is like such an easy fix for like filling space, but cheap, creative DIY if you've got
Yeah.
collections of any sort.
And
We
those
love
are all toys that from the 60 to 69, like they're in the time machine. So
Exactly. We do love displays with collectibles, anything kind of historic that you can talk
right.
about, like the hamburger stuff, things like that. We do
Hmm.
really, I mean, we love all sorts, but this is something that is popular. It's very rare because obviously these things are very hard to find. So when we find people that restore them, you've already got to start. This is what I was saying the other day about Ben Sumner. When I found Ben Sumner, he just did his window. That's all he did. He didn't do any of his house
Right.
or anything. And I approached him, was like, hey. And then he was like, we were talking on the phone. He goes, oh, by the way, I've got like 500 more in my shed. I was like, well, can we bring them out and put them in boxes? And so we worked with him.
Ah,
We worked with him. Now that man worked fast. He did everything that needed to be done in a year.
nice.
He was a man on a mission, and he won. And it blew our mind because people say, yeah, I'm going to do it. And we're like, yeah, sure. Okay. We'll see you next year. Well,
Yeah.
no, he just blew us away. He was ready. And that's one of those things. So when I reach out to you and go, hey, you have potential, and you're like, well, I don't look like those shows. Well, that's okay though. I'm just scouting talent. And if you want to grow, I have this running joke, take a grower and make it a shower. And like,
Yeah.
it's like, if you want to be a grower into a shower, I can help you do that.
Yes. Agreed. That's awesome. That needs to be a T-shirt. That needs to be a T-shirt.
I'm
Great
a
Christmas
grower
light
and
fight.
a shower.
Yes. Boom. Put that on a hat, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll take that if you want to send me one.
Boom. I need to send you a hat. So I was kind of selfishly, I'll admit it, 1,000% this was selfish of me. But I'm like, I wonder if Robert and Lori are going to wear my hat because they've had it for several years. I was like, come on, maybe they might wear it tonight. They didn't, but that's okay. So completely selfish. I have a personal goal that one day a light fighter is going to wear my hat on the show. I mean, it's festive.
The hat
it's
you're wearing
fun.
now, I love it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm in perpetuity. I own the trademark on this. The light fight can use this anytime you guys want to use my trademark. Boom.
Oh, I
In
love
perpetuity.
it. Yeah, where's my hat? Where's my hat?
I need to send you one. I'll get that in the mail to you tomorrow, actually. I just sent
I
Jordan
love
one.
it.
Jordan, you should be arriving today, actually. So, yeah,
Yeah,
anybody that comes on my show, you get a hat.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
So you mentioned a second ago about, hey, he just had a window. I keep reaching out. He had it done in a year. So what was the dialogue process of him actually doing it? Did he talk to you once a month to say, I got this done, this done, this done? Or he just call you 9 months later and said, I'm done?
Well, so we had to wait a year to get the new footage. So met him, and we found him. I found him actually on the last day of summer casting. So he did it in less than a year. He did it in 6 months. So I found him during summer casting, and I interviewed him on the day I found him. I interviewed him, and then because I was like, well, how fast can you do it for this Christmas? Because we want to get footage at Christmas time. And I had no idea that he was going to do it. And at Christmas time, he had all of the footage, like he had everything done. He'd built everything. They dragged every single piece that they had out, and they had the footage. And so then they got pitched and put on the show. So it was like, it was insane. Like the turnaround on him was extraordinary. And then we've got people like the Pratt kids who we waited like 4 years for them to grow.
Yeah.
And they just
grow
grew
and show.
Grew. What's that?
It said grow and show. The growers and the showers. And then Brian says, be careful with that shirt. I'm like, no, we'll make it clever. We'll make it clever.
Yeah. You know, I'd love to do because we're coming up, we're going to Transworld and Florida Mega Mini, and one of the things I'd love to kind of share some before and afters of people, of like what they were like when we found them and what they were like when they got on the show, just to show that, you know, people can grow into the show. And you know, when we reach out to you again, you know, you might not be like on the show, but there's a lot of producing that even goes on from when you're finally ready. Even from that moment, people grow even more, especially when they know the film crew's coming. They're like, oh yeah. And you work with the team, obviously, that are set up to make it look incredible on TV. So, you know, there is a lot of production that goes into getting you to look like when you're on television. And then also the TV, the cameras, the lighting, all of that makes it sparkle or look bigger than it is. Or, you know, so there's elements that you might not look like that, but you could look like that.
Fair.
There's Santa. That's what I was talking about. Having like a secret Santa cave. They had this. They always had this. This was one of their specialty pieces. But what they did do is they decorated it more. It used to be more sparse, and I worked with them, and I was like, well, look, can you make it more look like a Santa house and Santa cave, not just on the outside, but on the inside? And, you know, they slowly developed that. And they are a classic example of a family who really worked with us and made constant changes and like all these beautiful little pieces. Like, you know, they've created a beautiful Santa cave with things that were previously inside. Now they've brought them out and put them in that room so that you've got all these like little knickknacks, and it just creates a vibe.
Very cool vibe.
So much handmade stuff. I love it. So handmade and restoration, like he's got both those elements happening for him. He'd be hard to beat, I think. I mean, I know I said that with the first one, but this one as well, I think, is, you know, hard to beat.
Michael said it's going to be tough for her.
Yeah, especially because, you know, she does love, you know, handmade stuff. She does love restoration stuff. You know, it is. She's right now. She's going, oh God, how can I decide?
Yeah.
And she gets like so. She is really personal with the families. You know, a lot of times she creates friendships with them. They stay in touch. Like Tanya loves Christmas and she loves art, and you know, she also, like, she's part of that family of us where we're so grateful to have these jobs, and it doesn't feel like a job.
Let's see. Last is your next family, the Buchanan family.
Oh no, you've got one more after this. We got. We got Clinkscale after Buchanan.
That's right.
Because there's a story about Araceli. Like, woo. Okay, let me just. Oh, fun fact about Buchanan's. Buchanan's were an alternate on the show the year before. Now, an alternate. So basically, we have X amount of families, right? So we have 6 episodes. In this format, we have 4 families. It's 24 families. But if we have heavyweights, it's 20 families. The new format, it's potentially 18 families. Or if we have heavyweights, we'd have 15 families. But things happen. Families get sick. Families have emergencies. There's weather. Weather comes through and will rip out someone's display. So we have usually 3 or 4 alternate families who agree to get ready. Now we film in November, so you have to be ready to go for November and ready to go and get the call. And some families literally get a call a week before, and it's like, okay, we're going to be there on Friday. You better be ready. And but then they might not also get a call, right? They put it up early. They don't get on the show. There's only, I think, been 1 year where we didn't use any alternates. I think
really?
this year we used 3 alternates.
Wow.
Tony Bigder was an alternate who won, got on the show and won. And then someone else was an alternate and got on the show and won too.
Brian.
Was it Brian?
Yeah, he was an alternate for 1 week.
Yeah. So these guys were alternate for 1 year, didn't get used, and then came. And quite often, look, we don't promise, we can't guarantee, but more often than not, if you're an alternate 1 year, it's highly unlikely you're not going to get on the show the next year, because you're as good as show worthy. We just don't have enough spots, right?
Fair enough.
So it's often good to be an alternate because you can kind of get a run. You get to know the producers. You get to kind of get the inside secrets so that if you don't make it that year, you've got all of this insider knowledge for the next year.
Good call.
So I think if you ever get a chance to be an alternate, you should, because your display will be better because of it.
Yeah.
And then you've got a whole other year to take all of those secrets and those hints and tips and be even more prepared, which is, I think why some of our alternates go on to win.
Let's see here. That's an interesting question. Kurt's asking, he's lived in 3 houses since he started being an extreme decorator. Do you want to see displays at his previous houses to judge his talent, or do you just the current house?
Yeah, we'll take it all. And quite often, if someone's growing, and particularly if they have a lot of DIY stuff or a particular style, and for those people who change their displays every year, we will often take multiple years footage and pitch it together. Now, one of the things that's really vital, so if you change your display every year, we do ask that if you really want to get on the show, we want you to repeat it the next year with the same footage. And I'll tell you why it's important to do it, because anyone who hasn't and has gone and changed it, it's rarely ever as good. So what we'd say is keep it and build for the next year. People don't mind. There are displays that have been going for 20 years that are the same. The public won't matter, but for the sake of the show and, chances of winning, sure, whatever, winning's not everything on our show, as I kind of spoke of the other day. You're in an elite alumni just getting on the show itself. But yeah, we do kind of want you to try to keep it as much the same and then just expand upon it, because it's a risky kind of situation if you've built one thing and then the next year it's completely different. It makes ABC very nervous. So if you go, well, I'm going to change it, it's just going to probably dim your chances of getting on, because it's scary putting hundreds of thousands of dollars into turning up to a display that you don't know what it's going to look like.
And when they send you footage of like, this is alternate worthy or whatever worthy, but they change it, well, then you're literally judging a new display.
Exactly.
From,
but we do take examples of, so say for instance someone does this year they did a train, and then the next year they do a plane, and then the next year, and they're like, okay, well, I'm going to bring them all back together again, and or I've got them in storage, or I've got the pieces, or I make them, I'm going to bring them all out. And so we go, great, fantastic, so we have that footage. So it does help. It definitely, previous footage will help. And, you get your box folder and you just throw it all in there. Yeah. And, if you want to label it, that can help, because, if you're putting a lot of stuff in there, you go, before, after, train, plane, and then that helps us kind of go through it and be like, oh, wow, I need to look at that. Submarine, aliens. If anyone's got an alien display, can you please do, I want an alien display.
Let's go, people. We need an alien display stat. Come on.
New Jersey in the house right now. The drones, the weird drones.
Yes, let's go. We need aliens, people.
Yeah, I'd love an alien
Space Force. I'm gonna say, hey, son, I need to talk to some aliens. The aliens need to be on the show with their own display.
It'd be so cool. But look, honestly, any themes, alternate themes, crazy themes, circus theme, clowns, first responders, anything. anything. I'm just open to it all.
Yeah.
We love themes. Themes are a great way, like you saw with the Texas family, like the Marks, everything
Yeah.
Texas, right? It's like,
Oh,
make it a
yeah.
theme.
So Rob's got a question. Good question. Would you prefer to have 8 shows, or is ABC just limited to 6 for some reason?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
what goes on in there. They're the big bosses,
Fair
and
enough.
I don't know. I'd have
Fair enough.
20 if I could.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Oh, this is a neat display. Okay. Blow mold heavy. That's a filled display. That's
This
good 3
is
dimension there.
this is this is still Buchanan, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Buchanan family, yeah. Nice tree
Tree
wrapping.
wrapped, the roof busy. Look at that roof. Oh, love that roof.
Brian says this home was using a lot of the promos this year. That's a good footage right there.
And see the clean lines? See what I
Yeah.
mean? How when you line your yard, those aerial shots, look how clean that is.
Yeah.
Tidy, beautiful lines. That if you line your yard, you're already a step ahead of the competition.
And it's a corner. I saw a stop sign there, so this is going to be a corner lot. So on a corner lot, you're blocking 2 streets then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, getting into the weeds of things. So is this a father son then?
Yes, I think so. From memory, I can't remember. I think
Okay.
so. There's so many
Well, I wonder
families,
how.
so many things to remember.
I would love to know how they mounted their Santa perfectly at the peak. That's got to be on some sort of wood mount.
Yeah.
Because peaks are hard to decorate with light bulbs.
They've used just a simple bow tie on their garage. If you just look at that,
Nice.
if you're going back to watch, you'll see they've just made their garage door a present.
There you go.
With some lights. Like that's the thing. They're simple fixes. Ground lights, great use to light up that area. You'll just see repetitively. See these lights on the ground. That is the one way to fill that yard.
I like the. I mean, there's the simple little snowflakes right behind them, but it kind of draws your eye because our eyes are naturally drawn to motion, so it makes you think something else is going on. It's just adds to the dimension of it, I guess. If that makes sense.
If you have twinkle lights, also, right? If you have twinkle lights and your display is normally twinkly, for the show, we would have you turn it on static on and get footage. And in fact, there's someone and don't say who you are, but there is someone in the chat who's in the process of the show, and we've asked them to do it. And they were actually asking advice on how to do that. So the person involved could get in touch with Charlie. And if someone has the fix for that, if you can connect, because he's trying to work out how to do this particular thing and turn the twinklies into staying on.
Well, there's a couple of people in the chat, and I almost said something about an hour ago. I'm like, no, I'm going to leave it alone. But I almost called you both out and said, hey, I want to know, is this person an alternate or not? Because I know I put you guys in contact last year. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I can't reveal secrets.
Yes, I'm not going to ask that. We're good.
Beautiful old pieces, the old blow molds.
Yeah.
They're
you can tell by the nose on the dog.
Yeah.
That's smart how they have them elevated on the ground. That's going to save. A lot of people just lay their wires on the ground. Well, if you get moisture, it's going to trip your GFCI outlet. Elevating them just a little bit really does help.
Oh, that's smart. I haven't seen that before. That's very smart. It also gives it a bit of height. Like, kind of keeps it. I don't know. I like it. Oh, the old choirs, they're very popular. Oh, that's a new piece. That llama's a new one.
Oh, good call. Yeah, Brian still got the record for being the only person who decapitates an angel on the Great Christmas Light Fight.
Look at the lines on that roof. Oh, and look at I don't know what that is, but the little things on all the different points of the roof.
Yeah.
And then the tree, the mega tree on the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, that's next level. What are they? Are they the little Santas? I think they're little Santas on the roof.
That could be. Oh yeah.
Wait, Tanya got on the roof? Wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
so
love the
cute.
standing
They're
on the
little
roof.
blow molds on the roof.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I'd love to know how they have those mounted.
Yeah, that's cute. See, that's what I mean.
I,
Like, so those things, all of that is all like additions from when they got on the show and now they're going hard and like they're like, okay, this is how
yeah.
much, we're going to add these and add this and add that. And this is an example of adding more so that, by the time it gets on the show, I'm like, oh, wow, that looks even better than when we submitted them to ABC.
So Steve has another interesting question. Is there ever a prop that you have to say that you say, hey, let's turn the lights off of that because for some reason it doesn't record well or doesn't work for the show? I know
Yeah,
it's
I
probably
mean, we have
copyright and
things, and
stuff,
then we
but
have things that we can't feature, and people have it in their display, so we kind of have to hide it.
yeah.
So yeah, production work with that. The one thing I do want to show about this: look at their windows. All of their
Mhm.
windows, there's either lined or they have net lighting going on, hanging through it, right across the lights. Look at the
Nice.
see what I mean about the wardrobe, about the garage door? Simple,
Yeah.
icicle
Yeah.
lights, and then they've also put blow modes on their driveway. Filled the driveway again.
Yeah. Monty Small, if he's still in the chat, that's how he does his driveway or his garage door. He has a garage door cover with a
Yeah.
bow.
Super simple, but it's like you understand the assignment, you do it, and it's all good. Tanya's job just got even harder. It's true.
Brian says that after every family tonight.
This is tough competition. Um,
Yeah.
this next one is very, very dear to my heart. Araceli is a lady that we have been trying to get on the show for probably, I think, 7 or 8 years at least. And one of the things that made it so hard is she's quite old and like she's doing it all alone and she's a nurse
Wow.
and she's busy and she doesn't
Okay.
really have a lot of technology or a lot of understanding of technology. So getting footage from her was impossible. Like it was crazy. Now, occasionally in situations like that, we have an opportunity sometimes to send people out. So we might get a PA to go out and film
Okay.
the footage. And so we sent a PA out and they just took photos. They didn't read the
Oh,
thing. And then we sent
I
another
remember you talking
PA
about
out
that. Yeah.
another year and then they lost the footage that got corrupted. And so it was crazy. Honestly, it was just this endless thing of like not being able to get footage. And the hero of this story is David Peace because
Okay.
he lives near her. And when I say
Yeah.
near, it really wasn't very near. It was actually like an hour or more away from him, or he doesn't live there anymore anyway. But he went and filmed footage for us because we just so desperately wanted to get her on the show because she really, uh, she just needed her story told, and
Yeah.
she's this lovely little Filipino lady. And that's the thing is, we really encourage diverse families. Like, we really do want all cultures represented. And I thoroughly recommend any families that have any kind of cultural stories that they want to share and
Hmm.
tell, Diwali, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Krampus,
Yeah.
it's not that that's cultural, but well, I think isn't
Yeah.
that originally German? I think the
Yes. Yes.
right. So
Yes.
like, look, anything, any nationalities, any ethnicities, we really want to tell stories, and we will work with you because it's not always about having the biggest display. Yes, it's a competition, and yes, there's a trophy, but what we also aim to tell is stories, and we want to share the stories of American families who are
Hmm.
sharing their holiday festivities, right? And that can be
Very nice.
anything. And so she's Filipino lady. We really wanted to share her story. She has some unique elements, which you'll see. It's just, we will work with you. Reach
Yeah.
out to us. Believe us when we reach out to you, because again, it's not all about being the biggest, the best. Everybody has a
Right.
story and we want to tell a lot of different stories.
Bill Parrish is tuning in. It's his 32nd wedding anniversary tonight. Well, happy anniversary to you,
Oh,
Bill.
happy anniversary. And
Go
that
back
is
to
another thing.
California.
Here she is. Oh, my darling. Yes. Oh, I tell you, it is such a sweet moment to just see her have her little moment. Um, and getting on the roof. Now, listen, she's
Not
like
working,
100
working.
years old. I mean, she's not quite 100 years, but she's pretty darn close. And look at her running around on that roof. Fun fact, another thing, David Peace to the rescue again. And I think Matos. Uh, she had problems getting up on the roof, and David helped her. And then I think from the text chain, I think Matos sent her something to help get
JR
something
did.
on her roof. Like, this was very much a light fight community making someone's
Well,
kind of dream
good.
come true. Now, see those little elements, those round things? These are the Filipino lanterns, which are very
Oh,
unique to her culture. They say in the Philippines they celebrate Christmas in the Burr months. So if it's a Burr month, it's Christmas. So September, October, November,
oh,
December, they celebrate
okay.
Christmas throughout that whole time. And the lanterns are kind of integrated into that culture. So it was really great to kind of have all of these beautiful original glass, they're like stained glass Filipino lanterns. And this is a classic
Yeah.
example of using your culture and your ethnicity to tell a beautiful story about how you celebrate Christmas. And you'll see she's not the most giant display in the world, but her story is as important as anyone else's on the show.
And how did you find her?
I found her on Facebook. I found a tiny,
Okay.
someone had actually shared it. They were like, oh, wow, check out this great Christmas display. And then I stalked her. I hunted her down. I did so much searching to find that address. I asked that person. I asked someone else. I started posting it, and I kind of got near, and then I worked out where she was, and I found her address, and then I looked up the white pages, and I called her, and I said, hey, how you doing?
I said, hey.
And I don't think she believed me at first, but here she is all these years later.
Well,
Oh, look at her.
you say she's like 100. She looks
She's
like
not
she's about,
really. She's not really. She's not
yeah.
really. But she's like 80 or
No,
something. She's like, or 60, 70. No, she's like 70 or 80. She's pretty like,
doesn't look it. Good for
oh,
her.
well,
She
I
does not
know.
look it.
Well, look at how she's running around on that roof.
Okay.
Now,
She packed a lot into there here.
she does
Right
pack a
there.
lot in here, and it's fun and it's festive. Those lanterns are just gorgeous. They're one of a kind.
Nice.
And that's like a really important part of her display. And then she never did anything with the roof, so we got the stars and the little lined roof up there. And look, it's
Hmm.
not, it's not the biggest or the brightest, but it tells a story and a really important story. And Filipino Christmas is something that is a wonderful celebration. They
Oh,
actually
yeah.
celebrate at midnight on New Year's Eve. That's actually when they get together and they eat at midnight and celebrate, which I can't imagine as a kid having to stay up till midnight, but it's what you do. And
Yeah.
and it's just as an important story to tell as anyone else's.
I'm so intrigued by her wall art there that you said is original. Did she make those?
So she actually got them from the Philippines when she moved over. So she moved them
Okay.
over. Yeah, and they collect them and different. So basically in the Philippines, the different lanterns, like different cities, different towns have different colored lanterns and they all kind of mean something. So they're all kind of significant. So you collect them. So each one kind of has meaning. So that was a collection that she
Hmm.
amassed. And, she's lost a couple over the years. So they're like so important
Right.
because she doesn't go back to the Philippines much anymore. She's older. She's working a lot. She still works as a nurse, bless her cotton socks. And, and it's just, they're beautiful, spectacular pieces.
AJ, I gotta tell you, I've never in my life heard bless her cotton socks. That's awesome.
Bless her
Uh,
little cotton socks.
nice. That's awesome. Like, bless her heart. Bless her. I'm gonna start saying that all the time.
And then
Bless her cotton
here's the
socks.
thing about her as
Oh,
well. The thing about Arteli is that she didn't have any family members who helped her. She does it all on her own, which is absolutely incredible, right? Like that's in itself that she puts
yeah.
all of this out herself. But when it came to asking for help from the light fight community, the light fight
Hmm.
community responded. And there are a few people who have been trying to get on the show, and they're in a similar situation. And I just would, ask you, don't hesitate in asking. Get on those pages. There are people in your area, even not in your area, who will help, who will advise. Some people will loan you lights. Someone will help you design it so that it might get on the show. Previous winners, I know Jordan helps so many people. He advises, so does Brian, and the alumni are such an important part of what we're creating. And the fact that you help, past, present, and future people, live the same dream. And that said, also, what family was it? There was a family tonight that somebody had recommended. And anyway, so referrals. We love referrals. If you've been on the show and you know another great display, tell us. If you know a great display and you're not doing one, but you know a really good one in your area, because we are not all knowing. We are still every day scouring the internet. And we'll find displays that are 30 years old, and it's only because the news finally did a story about them that we find out about them. And there's just sometimes we find them and then tragedy happens and we don't get them on the show in time, and but they're like 50-year displays. And so we help us out. If you see a place, don't be afraid to drop it in my DMs and go, hey, have you seen this place? I will look at every place you send me and check them out, because and especially
Folks,
the smaller ones, if they have the handmade stuff, I'm all for it. A grower.
Say, folks, if you see something, say something.
Yes.
That's what we're getting out of this.
Absolutely.
And everybody in every single town, everybody who's in the chat, everybody who's going to watch this later, you have your favorite in your own town that AJ may not know about. So jot down their Facebook page, copy it, and email it over to her.
Now, look, this is one of the interesting things about Artz place is that she had that fence, and so it's technically kind of blocking it, but you can see how she's framed the fence with lights.
Yeah.
And that was something that she did for the show, which kind of took the emphasis away from the fence and made it kind of a lighting feature. So there are workarounds, don't be discouraged. We will find a way.
Yes, Brian said she did a real nice job. She did.
And she's just the sweetest little old lady ever. I love her so much. Oh, sweet ice cakes.
Just the best little cheeks.
A little hug from Tanya.
All right, everybody.
Tough.
Get your winners in. Who do you think's going to win? Let us know. So I called my shot before this. I called it blind. I went with the Slankards.
Oh, you want Slankards?
Friends of the show. So
yeah, this is tough. I couldn't guess this if I tried.
AJ is Switzerland. So
I am.
No vote for AJ. She's got 3 out of the 4 families.
No vote for you.
Yeah. So you said in our interview the other day, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. That you said you didn't know if you could say anything about it. So I'm gonna see if you can today. You said there's a special guest going to the Florida Mini. Are you authorized to say anything today?
I can't yet.
Okay, that's fine.
I can't yet. I have to wait for the official word to come out, but it is somebody that you guys are going to go crazy over. Okay. It's a first off, and you're going to be absolutely beside yourself excited. You're going to be so excited. You're going to be so excited.
Patty's asking, is there email or what's the best social media maybe to send like a Facebook web link to you or whatever?
So, well, you can find me on Facebook, right? Ajay Rochester, AJAY Rochester. You can find me Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But you can also go to lightfightcasting.com and then you can nominate someone there. But you can also, you can have my email. I don't care. Like, what am I going to get spam? It's AJAY.lightfight@gmail.com. You want to send me a video there, send it to me. I'm open for it. Like, hit me up. I want to wake up tomorrow morning and be inundated with showers and growers.
Showers, growers, so much video tomorrow. You don't have to do anything for the next 10 years. Shows already cast.
Yeah, I love it. I'm all for it.
And and everybody's going to say yes, and everybody's going to say, I have already lights on my roof, and I already have my driveway done. So,
And I've everything lined, no dark spots. I've got handmade. I've got talking pieces. I've got a but wait, there's more.
and Kurt will be at the Florida Mega Mini, so he'll be here to see this one-time special guest, whoever that mystery person is.
Yes.
Rob says he just sent you a DM on Facebook, so you already got some footage coming.
Legend.
Very cool. And then I went out last night. I took some footage for you. I got inundated in barrage. People were very fast. The children, they were very fascinated with my drone. So I didn't get all the footage I wanted to get, but I'll send you some footage as well.
Perfect. Yeah, love it.
All were great. Congratulations on the finale. Yes, so the finale, you're wrapping up.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
that makes me sad, but okay. So what do you guys do? Do you guys have a wrap party, or what do you guys do to when the show finally airs?
Yeah, no. So we finish, like, obviously we want all the footage in by December 30. Kristen and I are in for another week or two after that, just kind of chasing up, collating everybody's footage, putting it all together and whatnot. And then I am working with a couple of people who have long-term projects, because we interview in summer, right? So people who are specifically making changes to their display that we've requested, right? So say people are really close, but there's something, you can always keep building, in January and send me footage, right? Like, I'm around. Okay. I'm pretty much on, even though I'm not paid to be on all year, I'm on all year, right? Like, I message people all year long. You message me all year long. So I'm always around, but we do keep collecting certain people's footage. So for example, like with the Ben Sumner thing, we see the progress, we see it happening. The Pratt brothers, we would see that happening. They were like, oh, we're building a roller coaster. And we're like, well, how much have you built? And they would send the marshmallow room. And we're like, oh my God, this is crazy. So, I do tend to keep collecting specialized footage through till summer, when we decide who we're going to Zoom with.
Kurt says he hopes that you enjoyed hanging out with us and our crazy people.
I love all of you crazy people. It's the Blasco family. Lot of the DIY, the kids, the coverage. I mean, the backyard, the butt weight. I mean, that was hard to beat. Look at the roof, the trees.
Well, this is just a recap right now. They haven't announced yet.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought that was the winner. Oh, okay. No, well, it could be anyone. So far. Oh, I'm dying to know. Who is it?
Yeah, Rob's going with number 3. And then Brian's also going to go to the Florida Mega Mini, so he'll be there for the one-off.
Oh, I'm dying to know. Ooh, that roof's good.
Brian says he sees houses in the card reflection already, so he's calling not Slankards.
Oh, okay. I love that he sees it in the reflection. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hard, hard to know what's going on without the sound. It's like, it's so weird watching it without sound. It's so weird.
Let's see here. Oh, maybe I can't. I thought I could. Let's see here. Yep, got the car pulling up. Got the red car. Got the driver's probably the driver is Santa Claus, right? That's the owner, you think?
I think they get them from vintage car companies in different towns.
Laying on that horn.
Does Brian know what it is?
Let's see what Brian, are you calling it? It is yep, he was right. Kids.
Who is it? Oh, is it the Blascos?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kids for the win.
Yep. Brian said, now here's the thing. Who's the actual winner? Because if the kids are the winners, then Jordan's record is officially broken.
That's true. Oh, Jordan.
But if the parents are considered the winners, then I'd say Jordan's record stands. But I don't know how that goes.
Oh. I mean, those kids are that girl designs them and the dad makes them. So I think that does make the kids the winners.
Oh, Jordan, you had to run, my friend. You had to run.
I thought
Man.
Jordy. He's going to be texting me so quickly after this.
Megan Deichler says she needs a stocking cap.
What's a
Eddie
stocking?
says that the 11-year-old called it, said she was the one in charge.
There you go, Jordan.
It only counts if she says they are the youngest.
Come on, Tanya, say it. Say it.
Let's see here.
Is she going to say it? She's gonna say, you're the youngest winners ever. You're the youngest winners ever.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this. I had this muted when we started, and I don't think I can play the audio now. Yeah, dang it.
Give it to the kid. Give it to the kid. Give it to the kid. He gave it to the kid. Jordan. I'm delighting in this way too much. That's it, Jordan. I can't walk around the expos anymore and just go, he's our youngest ever winner.
Hey, AJ, aren't you sharing a table with Jordan?
Yeah.
At Trades World?
Oh, he's going to spend the entire 4 days justifying that he is still the official youngest winner.
Jordan's done watching. He's going outside.
He's going to go cry. Oh, leave your tears on the pillow, Jordan.
Oh yeah. Jordan's saying Tanya didn't say it.
I don't think it matters. She handed the kid the trophy. The kid's making the speech.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Felicia. We love Felicia. We love
Yeah.
Brady. We love all of our production. There's Brady. You'll meet Brady.
I don't know Alan. There's a few other I still have yet to meet. This was fun.
It was fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. As George said, I didn't even watch the segment. I'll have to go back to watch it. Patty Ford saying, yay, the kids won. The trophy was super clear. I always forgot to call fog or no fog. So
that's hilarious.
Gene Byers is clapping.
That is just too funny. Look, I mean, it's great watching it for the first time too, like watching it in real time and seeing it all kind of happen. And, that's the thing. You can't, sometimes you can pick who's going to win. Sometimes you can't. Like, it made sense. Yeah. That's why, I think I accidentally thought a spoiler, even though it was genuinely Yeah.
No, you're
but
good.
that's the thing. If you have kids, don't use them. I don't mean in that sense. Like, you don't know what child labor law is being impinged on. But, this is a family show. Families do make this their tradition. They are sitting around watching the show with their kids. That we've got kids in the mix who are coming up who have grown up with the show, and it is their goal to get on the show. And you know what? We're working with them. They're like, okay, 2-3 years. We're like, yeah, let's take the time. If you want to do it, we're all for it. Like, we love it. It's such a beautiful tradition to create, and these families are spending wonderful time. But then also, if you're solo, like Araceli, you can still be on the show.
Yes. It's all about the display and the creativity you put into it.
Different strokes for different.
Steve's saying this was the best season yet.
Oh, wait till next year.
Yes. Surprises galore. New format next year. Bring back heavyweights next year. There's a lot going on next year. Because one thing I always say about us Extreme Holiday Decorators is it's always about next year. Bigger, better, bolder, brighter.
Yeah, next year. I think they've really, you are right. This is like one of the best years we've had, I think.
Oh, AJ's like, my cat's gone. I think her cat just got over her cut over her delete button. So AJ is her audio's failed her video's failed, but you know what? That's okay. Appreciate AJ coming on the show and spending some time back to back lives with us. So that was very nice of AJ to come on and spend some time. How often, folks? How often do you get to watch the debut live of a video? Oh, there she is. She's back on. Hi, AJ.
I'm back.
I was just saying.
I can't hear you though.
No, I was just saying, how often does the viewer of their favorite TV show get to watch it live with the casting executive, casting producer, agent, whatever, that put the people on the show? That's so awesome.
So I can't hear, but bye,
Oh,
everyone.
sorry.
I can't
You're
hear for
good.
some reason, but
Oh, that's okay.
love you all. Get your submissions
All
in, lightfightcasting.com.
Yep, lifefightcasting.com. Thank you, AJ. I'll see you later. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Lifefightcasting.com. AJ is out. We're out. Thanks so much. Great season, awesome season. And we'll see you guys in Saturday's video. We'll come back. We have Brian, who's in the chat, and JR Matos. Jordan, if you can make it, I'll send you the invite. And then next Monday, we have today's contestant. The Patrick Mock will be on to talk about his display. That's about it for me today, guys. I'm Charlie. She's AJ. Check her out at lightfightcasting.com. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.